Hey there, it's your friend, I guess. A Japanese man who worked for a science textbook publisher was killed by a truck and reborn as a baby into another world which his memory is intact. Upon arriving in the new world, which was filled with magic, he was raised and trained by someone, Wolford, and named Shin. As Shin matures, Merlin teaches him magic. Melody, Merlin's friend, teaches him how to make magic items, and Michael, a warrior, teaches him how to use a sword. At age of 10, Shin successfully slays a demon, and Merlin decides to tell him about finding him in the forest. But Shin already knew this, as he has memories of his previous life. When he was 15, Merlin realized he was never taught Shin has life skills. He's so hesitant to let Shin enter society as Shin has been using his previous life scientific knowledge to invent spell that could turn society upside down. While discussing the issue, his big brother Chris Art, King Decimus of Earl Shield, and Christiana of the Royal Guard, and Siegfried of the Curved Magician, all of old friends of Merlin. They moved into residence in the city after deciding Shin will enroll at Old Shield Magical Academy to learn about society and make friends. Shin, who had never seen ladies in his age before, saved two girls from thugs when he was wandering and fell in love with one of them right away. Mary and Sizzling, two of the girls, also want to go to the academy. Shin falls in love with Sizzling and she also experiences feelings for him as well. Kurt, the enemy of Shin, leaves after receiving punishment from Shin's cousin August, the son of King Sizzling. Shin comes first in the exam and has to give a speech. Kurt is furious to learn that Shin moved to superior S class while he's in the lower A class. Then Shin makes changes to the protective spells on his academy in uniform. Shin learns from Cecilian that she has rejected Kurt several times and that he's now threatening her. Kurt is now forced to leave by August under his royal title. Shin invites everyone to his home to ask Merlin and Melody if he can alter Cecilian's uniform to protect her against Kurt. Melody reveals that this would make Sizzlin's uniform a national treasure level item. Sizzlin refuses, providing to Melody that she is honest and worthy of protection. Dism asks Shin to never reveal he can create national treasure items or it could lead to inter-kingdom war, though he asks for August, Julius, and Thor. Shin offers to take everyone home using his teleportance spell, which was also supposed to stay secret. Shin also starts escorting Sizzling to and from school. August advises Shin that to start a school club. The entire class insisted on joining. Thus, the best magic study group is created. Diseases Council discusses the increase in demon sightings, so disease orders an investigation. Kurt's father confronts Kurt about his behavior. Kurt snaps and rants about the worthlessness of commoners and his hatred of Shin, so his father withdraws him from the academy. Augustus orders why King Kurt has changed so rapidly, and Thor reveals that Kurt's behavior changed after visiting Mr. Strom, a blind teacher who was exiled from another kingdom. Strom visits Kurt and casts a spell upon him. Shin accidentally reveals another secret when he tells his friend he killed a demon when he was just 10. Shin suddenly senses the demon before Kurt appears and tries to kill them all. Having transformed into demonic, Shin forces everyone to run and he destroys the demon with his bare power. Kurt begins a spell that would destroy the entire academy. Shin is forced to kill him by severing his head. Augustus warns him that destroying a demon will make him famous and his life will be very difficult to see foreseeable future. Shin teaches that Kurt was a victim of human experimentation. Shin is presented with a medal for destroying Kurt. Mullen is angered. Shin is involved in politics but accepts it as necessary. Shin's bay means his tutors have to test students wanting to join his study. Group to keep membership manageable. This him explained to his counsel Shin's theory that Kurt was artificial. Two student managers to join Shin's group Mark, the son of the blacksmith, and Olivia, the daughter of a restaurant owner. Shin asks Mark to upgrade his sword to better handle his enhancements. The Security Bureau investigates Storm, who expresses rumors that Kurt's dead. The investigators invite him to help by studying Kurt's scope, but once at the castle, the investigators reveal that Kurt's name was never made public. Exposed, Strom destroys part of the castle. Shin engages him in a duel that destroys Storm's mask, revealing that he's not blind but has demonoid eyes. Shin casts a heat ray spell so hot it turns the sand floor to glass, leaving Shin unsure if Storm disintegrated or escaped. DCM's council congratulates him on his victory, and though he tries to explain his heatwave spell, they have no idea what he's talking about. Strom is revealed to have escaped and survived. Melody is concerned that Shin and Susie are not yet a couple. Shin shares his concerns. Strom is alive, so Augustus pays Mark's father to design a new sword. The King of Bluefield learns from Zest to spy that Earl Shield is troubled by demons and plans to invade. Shin decides to buy Sizzle in a ring, flustering her until he reveals it's from another defense enhancement, which is also promising. Shin will never be used in politics or war. Shin decides to help his friend level up, but struggles since casting his spells require an understanding of science, which his friend doesn't possess. Storm and his subordinate Mario are shown secretly manipulating Blue Sky's king. Shin's friends are inspired when Merlin explains that it is possible to learn Shin's spell, showing how he can use Shin's teleportance spell. Shin collects his new sword, which features a detachable blade to make replacing it easier if it breaks, just like Attack on Titan. Augustus wonders if the design can be used by military to cut down costs, especially in the war against Blue Sevilla approaching. Despite the visit promise, Shin decides to join war if necessary to protect his family and his new friends. Earl's shield defeats Luffia's army. Storm kills the king and destroys Lucia, passing a message to Disease Council. It destroys Lucia and turns a dozen of its strongest magicians has turned into demonoids. Under its control, this team declares that Academy students must train alongside the students of the military institute, upsetting everyone as knight students are notorious bullies. Seen from the train with August sizzling Maria and four knights, Grace, Miranda, Minu, and Kent. Fed up with the knight's attitude, August orders Shin to let the knights fight demons without them. Shin learns that their team advisors are Siegfried and Christina. After finding a boar demon, the knights are swiftly defeated, forcing Shin to save them. By severing the boar's head, the knights realize how much they have to learn and how important the support of a magician is. Sizzling heals their wounds, causing three knight boys to develop crushes on her, causing Shin, Mari, and Miranda to become jealous. Mordem's attacks when annoyed, and Shin destroys them all with a massive explosion spell. Miranda apologizes for being so jealous of Shin's ability, then apologizes to Sizzlin for insulting her boyfriend, causing massive embarrassment to both Shin and Sizzlin, who insist they're not dating yet. The knights and magicians start learning to fight together, but the other magician knight teams fails to get along. Sheen feels guilty after learning that having taught of some of his spells to a study club, they will be forced to form a special team after graduation under the command of August and will be supervised by the kingdom of the rest of their lives. However, the club is pleased since they view it as recognition of their abilities and a guaranteed career. Days later, August tells them that most of the blue sky has been destroyed and even more demons has created from their population. Suspecting Strom is behind it, Sheen decides to put the club members to a training camp over the summer break and with Sizzling offer the use of a hot spring. Her family owns Merlin and Melody insists on coming along as chaperones, not trusting boys and girls together without adult supervision. At the resort, even seasoned family servants tease her about her future relationship with Shin. Shin succeeds in making his explosion shell even stronger, earning punishment from Melody for his recklessness. August and Shin visits home to find August's fiancée Elizabeth and her sister May, who are both furious. Augustus doesn't invite them to meet Melody, and now they insist on attending their training camp. Elizabeth admits she has an ulterior motive to make sure Shin doesn't steal August, since Shin is all August talks about. August wants Shin that unless he confesses to Sizzlin soon, she may end up with someone else. Later, Shislin blurts out a desire to have children with Shin. He realizes Augustus is right and confesses his love to Shislin, who then confesses back to him. And they never mind. Though their first kiss is ruined when they all realize their friends Merlin, Melody, and Sizzling servants were spying on them. The next station insists on training at the beach, using it as an excuse to play magician's volleyball late at night. Fillers. Everyone reminisces about their childhoods, but when Melody bursts in to tell them to sleep, they all hide. Shin accidentally leaps into Cecilia's bed to hide. Her cries alert Melody that everyone's still awake, so she lectures them mercilessly. Shin informs Cecilia's parents, Cecile and Alan, that they are dating. Cecile is overjoyed, but Alan warns him that Cecily, being a viscount's daughter, comes with expectations. Though Shin agrees to become Cecily's fiancée, Merlin invites Elizabeth and May to Shin's training. Elizabeth admits she can use magic but may show potential. Stroll's demand attack merchant caravans, disrupting the country's food supplies. Shin invents a spell that allows him to spy, but again, no one understands his explanation. Melody and Marilyn explains to Susan's parents that Shin is not their biological grandson, but Susie and Ellen reassure them that they accept Shin for his character, not his bloodline. Yeah, for his power. Shin creates even more national treasure clothing to protect the club members on their next demon hunt. As May feel left out, he creates a magical device to let her talk to them, a walkie-talkie. On the hunt, infuriating melody that he has created yet another society alternating device, Shin lets the club members do the fighting, proving they are now strong enough to kill demons without them. Shin and Sildin attend the party to announce their engagement. Despite having gone through the formal process of engagement, Shin's wait till after the party to privately ask Sizzlin to marry him without an engagement ring. Storm completes the destruction of the Empire by demolishing commoners who kill the nobility. With the Empire destroyed, Storm claims that he has achieved his goal and he no longer has any ambitions. Maria questions his hatred of the Empire, so Astronome explains that he was the Lord of the King Empire, but he disagreed with the Empire's keeping of slaves and made life for commoners as prosperous as possible. The other lords hated him as much of their workforce moved to live on Storm's lands, reducing their taxable profits, so King Harald framed Storm for kidnapping commoners living on his lands to sell slaves. The furious commoners set fire on Storm's home, killing his wife Arya and their unborn son. Filled by grief, Storm demonized himself and swore to destroy the Bolivia Empire. Now, having achieved its goal, Storm becomes aimless and ambitionless. Storm sends his subordinate Lawrence to convince the demonized to attack the pseudo kingdom of neighboring Earlshield, hoping to draw Shin into battle and provide Storm with a new goal of destroying Sheen. At a ceremony naming August as this year's official heir, the news reaches them about the attack on Sweden. Shin announced he is renaming the club the Ultimate Magicians before they fly to Sweden. Shin and the Ultimate Magician make it to Sweden in minutes instead of several days and begin slaughtering the shocked demonized while August gives a speech rallying Swede and soldiers. During the battle, they fight and the demonized, blah yada yada, they say stop and yada yada yada. Their hatred for nobility, Sizzling busies herself with healing the injured. Lawrence observes Sheen in secret and is astounded by his magical abilities, coming to believe that he might not have any weaknesses. Storm and exploit August and Maria face the demon leader Fabio and eventually defeat him despite his using defensive magic items stolen from Sweden soldiers. With over hundreds demons dead, Lawrence is shocked not only at Shin's power but also at the power of the ultimate magicians nearby. Zest wonders if he should consider manipulating Storm into fighting Shin, unsure if Storm would survive. Needing to save Lawrence as many demonites as possible, Zest asks Miria to intervene as Miria as a distraction. Lawrence and the demons retreat. Shin fails to heal a man's injuries, but Shin invents a multi-step healing spell, saving the man's life and leaving August wondering how powerful Shin is going to become. Sweden is asked by August to join forces with Earl Shield if either country is attacked, to build allies to enable Shield to teleport to any country under assault. August and Shield plan to visit as many kingdoms as they can. Dism is proud of August and intends to seek alliances with other kingdoms. Shin is instructed by Merlin and Melody to keep August secure while traveling. Elizabeth and May insist on going there too, as does every other Ultimate Magician. Storm is irritated as his subordinates lost to Shin. He informed that their plan to conceive a baby together has been successful. Storm is unsure if he should be glad or afraid that he has to decide to defeat Shin, his new purpose. Shin and the magicians set off the new kingdom, and that's it for today. Have fun.